So Tamer, you have a prosthetic leg.
Yes.
And there are a lot of people that have no idea about what that means. And can you, in just like a brief story, tell us what happened, how many surgeries you've had, and what the future looks like for you?
Yes. So mine is a birth defect called PFFD. I've had this will be 32 surgeries now to correct. We just had some neuronal issues at the bottom of the stump. And
So it's like nerve bundles that just, terrible nerve pain?
yes,
Yeah.
it sends off pain when it shouldn't be. So for me, I guess an above knee amputation was necessary because the knee had gone bad, and it was either go to the wheelchair permanently or try to start walking. Give it a chance to start walking. And of course, I'm gonna always fight for the freedom of being able to walk on my own. So being an above knee amputee is definitely far more involved. You use more muscles, your abs, your back, and your side muscles to work the prosthetic. You have a computer, so you have to stay charged. It's not something you could just go camping and hope for the best. But there's also some really good things because there's some wonderful medical staff that have become involved in my life and fought for me every step of the way to be as independent as possible, and has pushed me to do whatever and never let it limit me. So I'm always challenged by them.
So you've had 31 surgeries.
Yes.
Wow. I mean, that's almost as many years of life people have, that are probably watching. So you have something coming up.
I do. During the first surgeries in my early teens, they did a lot of surgeries around the knee. And there was a time where there was pins going through the knee for about 9 months. And that a lot of the nerves rerouted along the pins so that you can touch one side of the leg and you feel it on the opposite. Well, because of that nerve damage, I have been predisposed to the neuromas. We've had them cut out 3 times now, and they're always back within 2 months, which means I'm still on a lot of pain medication, and I've been able to taper it down to 2. But still, that 2 to me is too many. So they're opting to go take 2 more inches of bone off to go above that nerve damage and hopefully put a stop to this.
So what things does the pain interfere with in your daily life? Some people don't know what it's like to be in chronic pain, which is crazy because I know myself and you, a lot of people, person holding the phone right now taking the video, that's part of our life every day. And it's unfathomable to think about a day where you could wake up and genuinely have no pain. So for people that are watching that wonder what that's like, can you just explain, from the moment that you wake up until when you go to bed or even through the night, what kind of effect that has on you, and how cognizant and aware you are of that during the day, and what that limits your ability to do, or how much harder you have to work at certain things just to be able to do the things that people take for granted every day?
It means having to really plan out your day, and to when you have a minute to rest, you're like, I've got to get off my leg because I want to get this and this done later. And
So you're biding your time, you're negotiating
yes.
your productivity.
Yeah, it is. And sometimes it's well, I want to go do bake some stuff, but that requires standing up in the kitchen, and today's not a good day. So today that's not going to happen.
I can relate to you on that. I have had 13 surgeries on my leg, and both of my legs are affected, and I had to get pre-made meals because the concept of me going and grocery shopping, God forbid it's raining or icing or snowing out, getting to the grocery store, getting around the grocery store, getting the groceries into my apartment, standing to cook all the groceries, and then actually washing the dishes, there was just no way I had that span of energy or pain-free period to get any of that done.
Mhm.
And so you start to tap your financial bank because you can't do the grocery shopping, or you can't get your wheelchair accommodated, or you can't get supplements or things that are holistic for you to be able to care for the pain that you have because insurance pays for the copay on your narcotic medication. So it's like, what do you think suffers when you're going through this? Aside from time and, like you said, the prioritization of your energy based on pain, what are in your personal life things that you find challenging because of monetary constraints, money related to the things that you want to do or that you need?
Money starts, of course, money goes towards your medical bills. And then, things like what people would consider basic, like clothes or going out to eat or going to do this or that with friends or whatever, starts being affected. And so then you're further even more restricted to your home to save money for your medical bills.
What does that feel like, being restricted to your home? Can you just give people a glimpse of what that means? People they bustle through life. I don't know that they understand what that isolation means or how that feels.
It's a head trip. It is a major head trip because, one, you start feeling like you can't provide for yourself well enough. And so, you're hit mentally there. And then the enclosure of being at home and still not being able to function well enough to run your house, that's another head trip. It really can mentally play on you along with the restraints that you have.
And then add to that the pain,
Yeah.
right? And sleep deprivation because you're in pain. And the medications and the side effects of those because you're in pain. And trying to function and live your life and survive and take care of yourself and show the world by the masks that you wear that you're fine, because we hate to be vulnerable and society likes to give pity. And it's empowerment, words of strength, and being there for people in ways that they need and support, whether it be acts of service, food, anything that's a deficit that really is what helps people, right? I mean, if someone walks up to you and says, "You poor thing," how does that make you feel?
That's not what you want to hear when you're already going through a hard time.
Somebody walks up to you and says you're an inspiration because you're grocery shopping. Right? And these are things
It's true. And I'm just like, you don't want to be rude, but you're like, well, you're shopping too, so you're awesome.
Right. It's trying to decrease that stigma
Yeah.
and bridging the gap in education so that it's not weird on either side of the fence. But the reason that we're talking today is because Less Leg More Heart, the nonprofit that myself and a few other people have collectively started, reached out to you because we hate that you're in pain. We love you. And we know that you need wheelchair wheels because you need to be off of your leg for a period of 4 to 6 weeks at least after your impending new amputation. And so we talked earlier, and I wanted to make sure we got that out because it made me emotionally reactive, so I didn't want to do it all at once to you because it's hard to make words. We're gifting you free wheelchair wheels, and we're gifting you CBD oil from DNA Anabolics, and we are here for you in your journey. And we want to continue to educate people on the other side of that video about the why. And the why is for this very reason, for people like yourself that are struggling to just get through the day, to be as productive as you can, to be a beacon of light for other people. And the way that we do that is by keeping our cups full. And sometimes you need a little top off from somebody else. So we're here to top you off. We know that you're going to pay it forward. We know you are grateful. And we're going to continue to talk to you in the coming weeks so that we can start to get into the real nitty-gritty and the emotional pieces of what things feel like during your journey so that we can help to educate everybody. But just thank you for being who you are. Thank you for being vulnerable and strong enough in that vulnerability to allow yourself to get help, because I know personally that's very hard to do. There are a lot of people out there that really want to help. They really want to help us help you and other people. So thank you for being one of those folks that says, yeah, right now I'm not okay, but I'm going to be okay. And so just keep shining your light, because there's a lot of people that are looking to you, to me, to the person holding this camera, to all of us that have physical challenges, because it gives them a dose of perspective in life that the reality of the situation is your bad hair day, the coffee that you spilled on yourself, the busy pace of your schedule, your kid crying through the night, those things compared to the real stresses and disasters that people are facing every day and trying to just get through life are a small blip on the radar. And so perspective and love and gratitude and living with an eye toward legacy and how to spread hope and improve the suffering for everybody is really what we're all here to do. So let's work together to do that, huh? All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kev.